The following presentation is brought to you by The Realm Network.
Welcome back to another TNA Impact Wrestling review with yours truly, me, Shariya, who looks like Christmas came a bit too early. I mean, wouldn't you just love, waking up Christmas morning, seeing me, under the Christmas tree with just, a red bow, I know, great, right? Anyways, I've been looking down at my comment section and oh my god, why is this like a kindergarten playground? I don't play with kids. If you're negative and if you're unhappy with your life and whatnot, please delete yourselves from my comment section. But for all you lovely, awesome, cool, genuine fans that like to hear my opinion, I'm so excited to deliver this review to you. And it kicks off with Broken Matt healing Brother Nero, the injured Brother Nero, after last week's delete or decay. Brother Nero was injured. He sacrificed himself and got hit by Janice. Senor Benjamin was kidnapped by the decay. And Vanguard 1 went offline. And we're not too sure about his, health and well-being at this moment. But Broken Matt heals Brother Nero in his spiritual ritual, whatever he was doing, drowning Brother Nero in the water. Brother Nero comes out and, turns into the old Jeff Hardy and, smoking. I thought that was a bit unnecessary. I was just, thinking about the little children, the teenagers, the little kids that look up to, Brother Nero, formerly known as Jeff Hardy. I was just thinking of them. I mean, what kind of example are you setting them, kids? They all want to be you, Jeff. What kind of example are you saying? But, Broken Matt drowns Jeff Hardy again. Did I say Jeff Hardy?
Dummy!
I mean, Brother Nero. And he comes back out and he's healed. We are a bit paranoid. Is Senor Benjamin alive? What have the Decay done with him? They kidnapped him last week. Where is Vanguard 1? So yeah, we can't wait to find out. But we get into the Impact Zone and Jeremy Borash is out. Lashley comes out and apparently Lashley injured EC3 last week at their press conference that turned into a brawl, as you do, when it's a wrestling press conference. So there will be no main event at Bound for Glory. Lashley says how he's dominant, like he always does. Grado comes out. Wasn't expecting Grado to come out. A year ago, people were complaining about Grado. They didn't really get him. Crowd were, giving him a great reaction, and he's a huge star in the UK and in Scotland. So yeah, we haven't seen him forever, so it was good that he came out, but of course Lashley attacked Grado. Moose comes out, Moose and Lashley get into a brawl, and then Moose challenges Lashley for a match. Moose and Lashley are two guys that have to have a pay-per-view match. You can't put these guys in a match together, the first ever match together in a normal show, so I was a bit I don't know how I feel about this. But, everything works out at the end, so carry on watching. We see Aaron Rex backstage. He cuts a promo. He's going to have his debut match, going to be part of the Grand Championship tournament. And we see Lashley too, he's got decisions to make. But then we get into the Grand Championship tournament. Now, Trevor Lee is Aaron Rex's opponent. And remember, this is Aaron Rex's debut match. This match was really aggressive, really quick, and I was there wondering, why is it so quick and so fast? And then I remembered, it's a Grand Championship tournament. I forgot the whole concept of the match, and I need to adjust to this. I mean, you can explain something 10 times to me. If I don't want to understand it, I'm not going to understand it. I'm just, no. Really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that they put Aaron Rex against Trevor Lee. Some would say that, Trevor Lee is not the guy that you'd put Aaron Rex in his debut match, but I think it's great because Trevor Lee is one hell of a talent, and, he can do the high-flying stuff, but then he's also a great brawler. So yeah, and that big boot Trevor Lee gave to Aaron, I mean, oh man, that was a good one. But I believe in the second round, Aaron Rex pinned Trevor Lee, and Trevor Lee, I hope your jaw is okay. So, of course, it was quite predictable that Aaron Rex was going to advance. We see Maria backstage with Jeremy Borash. She says that she's going to hold Gail Kim's Hall of Fame ceremony right now because at Bound for Glory, she's going to win and retain her championship, and she doesn't want her celebrations to overshadow Gail's celebrations. And, I absolutely enjoy listening to Maria. I mean, she's just so snappy, so confident, knows what to say, knows what tone to use. I mean, girl, yes, amazing. But then we continue with this whole searching for Vanguard 1 story. Broken Matt Hardy is in a forest, in the woods, wherever he is, looking for Vanguard 1. We are all looking for Vanguard 1. We have all been so worried. But then he sees Vanguard 1 on a branch, and the editing, though. Did you see that slow motion editing? I just felt like that's something that looked like something that I edited. Like it just felt like an amateur editing technique. I just felt that way. I mean, I felt like that was unnecessary too, but whatever. I mean, I can't fault anything. Everything in this production has been so great. I'm just nitpicking at this moment, but finally, Broken Matt finds Vanguard 1. He sends a prayer, or he calls the 7 deities. He's laying on the floor with Vanguard 1. Vanguard gets all these flashbacks, where he's helping Senor Benjamin with his gardening, and he's playing chess with, oh my god, this was absolutely great. The drone is getting flashbacks. The flashbacks help him come back online, and the rest is history. I mean, absolutely entertaining. And this whole, lost for words. It was just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But then Maria is, in the ring with Ali, and Ali, why are you still next to her? She stole your bout. She made you lay down, and she pinned you. And, why? I'm just in love with Maria. I feel like because we haven't heard her come out, for a few weeks or so, and now that she is, I'm just adjusting back to, listening to the fabulous Maria, owning it on the mic. She calls out Gail Kim. She says that I've even created a video package for you. Video packages, of course, of Maria kicking Gail Kim, and, Maria, just being Maria. That was absolutely great. She also had a gift for Gail, which was a picture of herself with a championship belt. This was absolutely great. Honestly, I enjoyed it. Dixie came out and says that you will not be the leader of the Knockouts division if you are the Knockouts champion. And she said that last week too. And, Maria just, stomping a foot, going all high school, saying loser, loser to Gail. I can't stress this enough. I see so much of myself in Maria. So dramatic, such a drama queen. I love it. Dixie clarifies that there will be a special ceremony for Gail Kim at Bound for Glory. We see a very unexpected match between Spud and Sutter in an empty arena and exposed turnbuckles. This was interesting. Very, very aggressive, extremely aggressive. I like the whole concept of this. We've been seeing Spud and Sutter feuding for the past weeks, and Spud has adult braces too. And I forgot to mention this, but when Spud came out and they said from Birmingham, England, I absolutely love that. It's not every day that you hear a guy from Birmingham being announced on TV. So it was like a proud moment, because right now I'm delivering this review to you from Birmingham. And there's not many, famous people from Birmingham. The only two I know are Spud and Ozzy Osbourne. This match was definitely interesting. Of course, Sutter was quite dominant in this match. They went all over the arena. And of course, Sutter won in this match. And Vanguard won. Finds Senor Benjamin. Senor Benjamin is hanging almost-ish, and he has decay on his forehead, the way Brother Nero has obsolete on the side of his face. Senor Benjamin starts speaking in Spanish, saying, "Why did you take so long?" Vanguard 1 gets Broken Matt. They both find Senor Benjamin. So yeah, that was hilarious. And then we see Moose backstage, cuts a great promo on Lashley. Then we get into the Impact Zone with Broken Matt, Brother Nero, and Rebby looking fierce as ever. Get it, girl? I mean, how hot did she look? Rosemary says that at Bound for Glory, they will free Maxwell from an obsolete uncle, a broken father, and an unfit mother. And Rebby goes in with a spear in her heels. Hell breaks loose. There's a huge brawl going on. Everyone is going crazy. And then Broken Matt, Brother Nero, and Rebby, all three of them with a twist of fate. Rebby with a heel though. I mean, absolutely slayed it. This was great. I absolutely loved it, and I'm just so excited. But my only issue is that Bound for Glory the match is gonna be for the tag team championships. But like, I want to see a match, with Rosemary and Rebby. And we have a Knockouts Gauntlet match, and remember, this is to determine the number one contender who will fight Maria for the TNA Knockouts Championship at Bound for Glory. Now, Ali comes out and Maria says, I have found someone to replace you, someone who is taller than you, which I thought was a weird thing to say. And it is our new knockout, who you'll probably know her from Tough Enough, more as Chelsea, but her name is Laurel Van something. I didn't even write her name. It's just too long. Why are you confusing me? Stop. So that is Ali's replacement. Everyone was chanting Ali is better or something like that. And yeah, I really enjoyed the gauntlet match. I think, they really picked up the pace when Gail Kim came and she, from the top rope on Sienna. So yeah, we also saw so many names. What's the name? Raquel. So many names. Rebby, Rosemary, Raquel, Rebel. Sienna attacks Laurel. Maria's not happy with that. Sienna and Maria have a few words at each other. Maria tells Ali to jump up, get in the ring or something. Ali's holding down the ropes, which helps Gail Kim to delete Laurel from this gauntlet match, and then Gail gets to eat defeat on Sienna and becomes, the number one contender, and, she will have her match at Bound for Glory and become the new Knockouts champion. Now, we're going to have Gail Kim's Hall of Fame ceremony at Bound for Glory, and I think it's a perfect opportunity for her to become the new Knockouts champion. I know everyone says, it's time for the other girls to shine. Gail has had her moment. She's become the Knockouts champion so many times. TNA is always focusing on her. But come on, if she's going to be inducted in the Hall of Fame and she's going to have a ceremony, it's only fitting for her to win the Knockouts Championship. And, I think to do a bit of fantasy booking here, I think it would be great if, Gail Kim won her match, and if we had, Kong and Taron, if they just came and interrupted and attacked Gail, I think that would have been great, because her most memorable and iconic feuds have been with Kong and Taron Terrell. Then we have another Grand Championship tournament match. This is Eddie Edwards against Shariya. Now, I felt like this match was a bit off, more from Shariya. It was a bit awkward at times. I don't know if he was injured or something, I don't know, but I felt like he couldn't keep up his pace. And of course, he's not a high flyer, and he's not like an X Division guy or anything, and he is a powerhouse, but I just felt there was something really lacking. It was just a very off kind of match. But in the third round, Eddie Edwards gets Shariya in the Boston Crab and wins and advances in the tournament. And Moose comes out. We're not too sure if, Lashley has agreed to have a match or not. Lashley comes out and says he's the baddest guy in wrestling on the planet, and he's a businessman, and he's really hot. Yes. He says the wise move would be to have a match with Moose at a pay-per-view, and I totally agree. Moose agrees, and he says, but I can't wait, and then he attacks Lashley. They have a brawl, and of course, Moose, and Lashley are the same size, and he can definitely manhandle Lashley, and so he does. And then Mike comes out, and Lashley and Mike start attacking Moose. Then the injured, everyone's favorite, the face of TNA, EC3 comes out. So this is interesting. We thought we thought Lashley injured EC3, but EC3 came out. And I don't know if this is going to be like a 3-way match at Bound for Glory or a 4-way match or Moose and Lashley one-on-one. It has to happen. I don't know how I feel about like Mike or EC3 getting involved in this match. I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, definitely enjoy this show ever so much, and I'm really pumped for Bound for Glory. I think this turn at the end really made things a bit interesting. It looks like Bound for Glory is going to be excellent, apart from me living in the UK, and Bound for Glory is going to come a week after it's aired in the US. Perks of being a UK wrestling fan, right? I'm annoyed. I'm really annoyed. I think I'm just going to move to the US so I can watch, you know, Bound for Glory live, and I won't have to wait another week because, you know, why? Tell me what city I should move to, honestly. I'm like considering that right now. That is it for my review. I'll see you again next week. You can tweet me at nonstopshariya. Click on the like button, leave me a nice comment, and I'll see you next week.